All right, so part 4 of our little video series here. So I'm just going to jump into this. So I gave a little teaser in that last Bitcoin video that the analogy of Africans being deprived of cell phones by Christian missionaries is right up the same alley as 9/11. And you're like, what the fuck? So you'd probably say something along the lines of, well, Brandon, 9/11 wasn't... people actually died. We're not killing people when we don't give them a cell phone. We're keeping them happy instead of killing them, so it's kind of night and day. Okay, let's approach this from another angle. If keeping a cell phone away from the Africans is how you keep the Africans happy when they can't afford a cell phone, do you think that if there was something even more important to your, let's say, health, let's say your longevity, let's say that you could double your age, you could live twice as long, and you could stay roughly 30 years old that whole time as far as appearance is concerned, the majority of the time. You'd still eventually get old, but let's say you could stay 30 for 60 years. Okay, let's just throw out a hypothetical example. And those of you saying, that's impossible. Well, my low IQ piece of shit, do you realize that people kind of like doubled their life expectancy from like the 1700s to like the 1900s? Do you realize that that kind of happened? Okay, with the invention of medicine and penicillin and all these different things from the dark ages to the 1900s. Does that ring as truth or no? You low IQ fucks. So anyway, let's say that you doubled your life and there was some sort of new medicine or new technology that allowed you to do that and live twice as long and you'd be young a long time. Let's say that technology existed. Do you think that showing that to people and then telling them that they're not allowed to have it would cause more trouble than you telling an African that they're not allowed to have a cell phone? You low IQ pieces of shit are about to have a lot of nightmares tonight, and you're about to realize how fucking stupid you all are. So I think we can safely say that hypothetically, should such a technology exist and should it be labor intensive, that and take a lot of intelligence to achieve, that it could go without saying that you can't afford it because the amount of people who can distribute it are few and far between. And not only that, but let's say that it was real, and let's say that the people who knew it was real knew the kind of problems it brings to society, far worse than jealous Africans of cell phones, okay? Far worse problems is what it does. Because everybody wants to try to figure out how to do it, and all of a sudden you have all these people who are molecular biologist superstars, and they can edit DNA, and they all want to edit DNA, and they fuck it up. It would be one thing if you could all stay sober. It would be one thing if you could all stay not high. But instead, you guys, at minimum, are going to get all jacked up on Mountain Dew, and then I'm going to do this. I'm going to Z06... excuse me, fucked up right there. LT2 with 2 little helpers, ZR1 confirmed. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to alter my DNA. Blah, blah, blah. You'd have them. You think people are genetically fucked up now? You just wait till those fucks come along with their confidence that they have the slightest fucking clue what they're talking about, right? So those of you who I got criticized the other day in my video, somebody's commenting below, rfag. I think he needs to change his name to RFAG. But anyway, RFAG, you sure do use I think and I believe and da-da-da a lot. Yeah, that's what you do when you have some fucking class. You let people know that it's not, you're not positive of it, but you do believe it. Okay? Anyway. General Motors can always change the game, so I'm not going to sit here and crush my credibility by saying, I know. I make fun of Justin every fucking day because he knows what the car is. And then you guys expect me to become him? Like, how fucking stupid are you, RFAG? Get the fuck off the channel. God damn, you guys are fucking stupid pieces of shit, aren't you? But anyway, I mean, it just never ends. There's a million reasons why you guys are not going to be given longer life. I'm just being blunt with you. When artificial intelligence starts giving it to people like Elon Musk and Bill Gates, you are not in the running. Shitbag. I'm just being blunt. You mean? Yeah, no shit. That's called Honesty. Fuckface. You're so disrespectful. Just wait, because we're going to circle around and really fuck you up here in a second. We're going to really tie your fucking, untie your fucking knots that are in your little fucking faggot brains, aren't we? So anyway, illogical fucks. You can't think of any of this shit on your own until I fucking explain it to you on a fucking YouTube channel in a fucking garage. So think about how fucking stupid that makes you. I'm so sick of how stupid you fucks are. I really am. But anyway, okay, so back on point. So, the respectful thing to do is not prove to people that longer life is possible. The respectful thing to do is keep it secret. And you're like, no, be disrespectful. Tell me how it works. Be disrespectful. You can call me a fucktard all you want. Just tell me how it works. Wait a second. I thought that you guys didn't like me because I was too disrespectful. And now you want disrespect, don't you, you low IQ piece of shit? Oh, man. Are you a piece of shit or what? What if the keys to keeping people away from the longer life are just simple magic tricks? Simple magic tricks, elementary magic tricks. Because it's not that hard to achieve it. So the only way to keep it off limits are simple magic tricks. Same way with the top levels of physics. What if it's not that hard to figure it out, but we got to keep people in the dark via simple magic tricks. Now do you know why magicians say, no, you're not allowed to teach people how the magic tricks work? They don't want you to understand magic in general. They don't want you to understand that magic is all about simplicity. Simple shit. How is 9/11 like cell phones? Let's say that we've already established that the respectful thing to do is not tell people how to live longer and instead make them die earlier than they could exist. They could live twice as long, but the respectful thing to do is not open that can of worms. And let's say that we establish that there needs to be a current against the salmon. There needs to be a waterfall, a stream against everybody to determine who's who. And so what if the goal of the elites is to constantly vacuum money away from the masses so that the economy doesn't get too good? Because if the masses have time to tinker because the economy is better, an economy is a very simple math equation, right? It's a very simple logic equation. How much time do you work versus how much time do you play? That's the real definition of an economy. I work this much and I can afford a Z06. Or I work this much and I can't afford a Z06. That's the definition of an economy. All the other bullshit magic tricks aside, that's what you care about, is it not? That's not what I care about. Okay, so you're a fucking retard. Good job. I care about the GDP, the percentage of this and that. Oh, so you don't care to work less time and afford more goods? No, that's not what I care about. Find a fucking cliff, maggot, you stupid piece of shit. God damn, you guys are shit stupid, aren't you? I think you might actually be the BBB 666 guy. Yeah, no shit, you stupid fuck. God damn. Yeah. So here I am, raised Christian, wanting to expose all the problems that the world leaders are doing. And guess what problem I ran into when I tried to explain it to the other Christians? Bandits, you don't know what you're talking about. That's not what's going on. All the Muslims in the Middle East need to die. And they did 9/11. Okay, shitbag. And you are nothing like Jesus. You're nothing like Ben Franklin. You're a piece of shit who deserves to die on principle alone. You are a fucking loser who's committing murder because you're so fucking stupid. You can be tricked into murder in the blink of an eye because you're so fucking tribal piece of fucking shit, aren't you, maggots? World leaders set up a test and you failed with flying fucking colors, didn't you, faggot? Why do you keep calling me faggot? Well, the reason why we actually use that word is because when a guy is illogical, like a female, Granted, I'm not saying we need to get rid of females. I'm just saying in general, females are more emotional. They're a little bit less logical. You start to try to explain how a fucking nuclear reactor works to most females, they don't want to pay attention. You start to explain how cars work to most females, they don't want to pay attention. I didn't say all females, I said most. It goes in one ear and out the other. It's not their thing. When guys reason like females, that's a problem. It means you lack the fucking logic and you still can't make babies. You're kind of stupid and worthless, aren't you, buddy? Oh, boy. Anyway. And you don't have to be gay to not understand how cars work. There's a whole bunch of you that comment on these channels. I see you. I see you, faggots. Guys who are illogical fucks. Put stickier tires in the car and then you can pour more lateral G's. The car has a computer and it locks up its E-diff based on how many lateral G's it's pulling. So it doesn't matter what fucking tires you put on it, fucking faggot, does it? You fucking loser fucks, you low IQ pieces of shit. God damn. It just never ends how fucking dumb you guys are. Okay, so back on point. 9/11. The good news is I didn't do 9/11. So those of you are like, I want to kill this guy. Oh, because I got off my ass and I actually figured out what was going on while you fucking sat there in your fucking computer and maybe watched a documentary or two. The world leaders are all devil worshippers, and that's why they did 9/11. No, maybe they just hate fucking stupid people with a passion and they think that you're one of them. Because you don't get above the bar. You just want to remain a stupid fuck your whole fucking life, don't you? You don't want to take any risks. You think anybody explained to me 9/11 on a fucking silver platter? Or do you think maybe I had to take some risks to figure out what the fuck happened and why? I wonder which one's the answer. I don't know. Your IQ's too low, isn't it, faggot? Okay, so let's see here. So the problem that you run into when you actually get off your ass and want to try to take the world leaders down is you run into a dead end because you realize, oh, they got me in checkmate if I go that way. Okay, fine, back up. I'll make the world a better place with desalinating water. Oh, fuck, they got me. They got me in checkmate again if I do that. I'll make the world a better place by exposing 9/11. No, fuck, they got me in checkmate. I'll make the world a better place by doing this. Longer life. No. Checkmate. Better physics. No. Checkmate. There's no way you got off your ass and did all these things in your life. All you do is make videos about Corvettes. This is a social experiment, you stupid pieces of shit. This is a social experiment is what this is. This is me testing to see if the world leaders are right about you fucking idiots or not. And guess what they are? Now, the good news is for some of you, you say, well, Brandon, I agree with you on the E-diff thing. I get it. I know. I get it. And there's some of you who get it. That's good. So you say you got to gather us up before you let the world leaders do any more crazy things like 9/11. Yep, I'm with you. That's what I think about every moment of every day is how are you going to gather up all the people who are worth a damn, whose brains work? How do we define whose brains are below the bar and whose brains are above the bar? How do we define whose characters are below the bar and whose characters are above the bar? Are you scared yet, you stupid piece of shit? Because you should be. This sounds like eugenics. Yeah, well, the world leaders are still doing it. They just keep it cloaked. Do you think getting a vaccine after vaccine after vaccine is a good idea? Is that a good idea in your little stupid fucking brain? Then the world leaders want you dead. Sorry about your luck. Just being blunt. That's how that works. Vaccines aren't bad. Taking one after another and not making sure that they were fully refrigerated during transport, that's a problem. That's a problem. Because if you say on YouTube that vaccines are all bad, then YouTube can pull your video down because that's accurate. All vaccines are not bad. But when they're not refrigerated, as they should be, there's a problem. There's a problem. Anyway, but you guys are all too fucking stupid to explain that, aren't you? Once again, just too fucking stupid. I'm gonna go drink my Mountain Dew. At least he's not breeding. Okay, so you're a psychopath. No, I'm translating to you how the world leaders think. You worthless, mindless, spineless, oblivious fucks. "9/11 is not like a cell phone." Okay. So if it's disrespectful to tell people that there's longer life and how to do it and that they're not allowed to have it because they're too fucking annoying and that we're already overpopulating as it is, well, that's okay because it's against my religion anyway. Oh yeah, I'm sure it is. I see that in your Bible exactly. I'm going to be respectful. I'm not going to say the next thing I was going to say. But the point is, so those of you thinking I am disrespectful, I'm actually extremely respectful. Based on all the shit that I think I know and how much I keep secret, I am very respectful to you mindless fucks. How does a world leader justify 9/11? How is it like a cell phone deprivation in Africa? Because if we're not going to give each other longer life, that's off limits. Then we're already willfully cutting each other's lives in half, those who are enlightened, and at minimum half, probably more. And at that point, what's the difference between that and cutting somebody's life in half again to perpetuate really big magic tricks to keep the Darwinism going, to figure out who's fucking dumb enough to go kill 500,000 people in the Middle East without giving them a trial first? And instead of giving you a fucking laser from the sky, we hand you a fucking machine gun and pat you on the back that you're the next fucking Rambo. And your odds of dying are highly increased, versus had you passed the IQ test, which would have put you in military intelligence and put you in a fucking bunker instead. Was that disrespectful? See, the world leaders are very respectful. They keep all kinds of secrets from you mindless fucks, don't they? It's you pieces of shit who are disrespectful. And I mirror your disrespect. I mirror it. And then you guys throw a big fit. I don't call you a mindless piece of shit, Brandon. No, you say things like, I've always been wrong. He's wrong about everything. Those words came out of Justin's mouth. They came out of his little Beavis and Butthead sidekick guys. I mean, you guys are lying pieces of shit. Even I don't say Justin's been wrong about everything. I make a video and say, hey, look, Justin's been right. Here, Justin's wrong. Justin's been right. And that's just one example. That's a person who I do not like because they deleted my entire fucking YouTube channel on something that they told me I was allowed to do. The guy gave me permission to use his videos anytime I wanted. He just didn't have enough IQ to realize that might backfire if I don't like his videos. But he attacked on technicality. He kicked below the belt. And rest assured, one day, I will also attack on technicality and I will hit below the belt. And that fucking piece of shit will be castrated, metaphorically speaking, when I do it. So, but neither here nor there. It'll be legal. I'm not threatening anything illegal. I'm not threatening anything that's against the law. But his day is coming, rest assured. But the point is, imagine deleting the YouTube channel of the guy who had the guts to want to try to expose 9/11, went to film school to make documentaries about it, and was in communication with the guy who made the documentary Loose Change. I mean, imagine how fucking dumb you have to be to fuck with that guy who can outrun the cops for sport. Never mind. At the end, I'm not going to continue. And his family happens to be, and I'm not going to continue. You guys can finish that sentence if you do your fucking homework. It's just, you've won the stupid award, my friend, my ex-friend. But anyway, Darwinism is coming. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Okay, so anyway, let's see here. I'm gonna go get a restraining order on you. For what? Telling you that the fucking something within the law is gonna happen? That you're gonna have a bad day because you violate laws because you're too fucking stupid? It's like telling a bank robber you're gonna go to jail if you keep robbing banks. I'm gonna go get a restraining order on you. No, you're not. I'm just telling you how it works. I'm not breaking the law. I'm not breaking the law. You'll find out soon. Anyway, that's probably enough for that episode. 21 minutes. You either get it or you don't. You are a fucking chimpanzee in the grand scheme of things. That's so disrespectful. Okay, well then I won't be disrespectful anymore. Yeah, but tell me more about the thing how I can live longer. No.